Greg and I started this project together a long time ago, right?
Yes.
This project was born from a sense that artists have all this creative capital that they bring to neighborhoods, and they share it with the world, but benefit very little from it. There's a real burgeoning cutting-edge dance movement in Williamsburg that's part of the whole art boom in Williamsburg. I mean, Williamsburg is probably home to more artists than any other place in the world right now, of all different stripes: music, fine arts, and dance. And rather than being heralded for it, oftentimes they've been exploited by the development world, and the development world comes in and sees the value that the artists have created for everyone and seeks to reap it for themselves alone.
There was certainly a time when it's almost like it was just an assumption that, I would have my own space. That was the younger version of me. And then as time passed, I would have to say it kind of disappeared, that disappeared as a possibility in my mind.
I had a studio in Brooklyn for 14 years, which finally I lost because it became too expensive and they were trying to develop the building. But one of the things that I really wanted to talk about was the role that space played in the development of my work, which ultimately I feel like I wouldn't have gone to BAM twice and be going back had it not been because I had that resource. So in a way, when I lost my studio about a year ago, I realized that I wanted to try and make that an opportunity rather than a loss. And I just wanted to say that I feel like this resource not only is going to be really valuable for all three of us, but also we're really deeply committed to making that resource available to the larger community, and that's one of the...
I've been noticing the economic conditions, particularly under which performing artists and mainly dancers have been working. And I created, right here in this studio, a subsidy where people could work at a flat rate of $5 an hour. This $5 an hour model has had a certain amount of generative power. We also began showing programs and presentations, doing sort of at first salon-style evenings, but then exhibitions of work. And John Jaspers spoke with me about the way that the studio operates. We've formed a partnership, actually three choreographers who run nonprofit organizations. We've launched a capital campaign to acquire the ground floor of this facility, which will provide, at a subsidized rate, about 4,000 square feet for the arts.
What we want to do with this space is not just use it for ourselves, but really work with other people who need space.
We wouldn't have the dance in the United States to produce if Merce Cunningham hadn't had a studio at West Bend since forever. In, 546 Broadway, if Trisha Brown and Yvonne Rayner and David
Gordon, Steve Paxton,
and Lucinda Childs and Douglas Dunn hadn't had the foresight to buy a building that had no columns. By the way, I didn't mention this is a columnless space.
That's true.
Which is amazing for dancers.
So exciting to be able to ultimately offer a chance for young people who are coming up to be able to pay $5 an hour to work. That's unheard of. There's no space in all of New York that's like that. It's thrilling, thrilling, thrilling. And I, for one, am very excited to be part of this very beginning
Now, it depends on us, because it isn't 1967, and you can't buy the loft for $30,000.
There are many different ways in which all of us can participate in making their reality a reality. One is money, and that's personally giving, or that's talking to someone who potentially can make a contribution financially, or to give them advice about going to talk to someone who has the opportunity to make a financial investment in what they want to create, as well as to talk to other people about what this great phenomena is happening in this particular geographic area. Because that's what New York City is about, is that we create these concentric circles. As we talk about what this phenomenon is about, then other people will be intrigued and curious about it, because that's one of the reasons why we live in New York, is because we're innately curious people. And so therefore, out of that curiosity, resources will surface to endeavor to make their dream come true.
To support them is essential, because they are the next wave, if you will.